Are you looking to travel on one of the most fun ships at sea, or do you want a vacation that has a little bit more glitz and glam? If you're looking for a breakdown of Carnival versus MSC cruises, let us help you. We've compiled information on food, cabins, price, activities, and more for these two cruise lines to help you make the most informed decision for your cruise vacation. Let's get into it. First, we'll give an overview of both of these cruise lines. Both MSC and Carnival cruise lines have atmospheres that are upbeat and lively. Both of these cruise lines are solid choices for families, but they also include plenty of onboard activities for all ages. First, Carnival is a great line for passengers who don't take themselves too seriously, which is why they say they are the most fun ships at sea. These ships feature casual, affordable fun, and daring additions to their newest ships. These include IMAX theaters, Skyride aerial bikes, suspended over the outer decks, and Bolt, the first roller coaster at sea. Recently, they've taken the initiative to upgrade some of their older ships as well with the Fun Ship 2.0 program. Just because they're sailing on an older ship doesn't mean it won't be retrofitted with some of Carnival Cruise Line's newest dining and entertainment options. MSC, on the other hand, offers a more glitzy experience. Fine art and crystal-embedded staircases lend themselves to an elegant but still fairly casual atmosphere. It's important to note that the cruise line has some ships designed specifically with North Americans in mind, but it has largely international cruiser base, with vessels often making key announcements in several languages and serving up leisure meals that can take hours. Additionally, MSC Cruises prides itself on adopting the latest in onboard technology, from in-cabin virtual assistants that can give you the latest news or weather reports to apps and digital signage that prevent you from getting lost on board and allow you to make reservations for dining and shows. Next, we'll compare food between the two cruise lines. Both cruise lines offer free meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the onboard self-service buffets and the waiter-served main dining rooms. Carnival passengers can opt for set dining or flexible dining options when they eat in the ship's main dining room. MSC also offers these choices, but only to cruisers who pay for the privilege. Cruisers will also find plenty of alternative eateries on the ships in both cruise lines' fleets. These lines differ when it comes to the total number of options available and how much extra it might cost you. In general, MSC has fewer alternative specialty dining options. However, the food is excellent, particularly on the newer ships, which feature a steakhouse, pub fare, seafood and Spanish tapas, Asian fusion, hibachi, and sushi, with a menu designed by Chef Roy Yamaguchi, and gelato, crepes, and a variety of fun beverages from a link-up with Italian chocolatier Vendi. Carnival has a wider variety in complimentary options, including fantastic burritos and pizza, as well as the indulgent Guy Fieri burgers and barbecue. If you want to splurge, you'll find a steakhouse, Asian cuisine, pub grub, and specialty coffees. The line also boasts an impressive but pricey chef's table experience that's open to an extremely limited number of passengers. Next, let's compare the cabin and stateroom options. With so much to do on board, it's likely you won't want to spend too much time in your cabin anyway, whether you're on an MSC or Carnival ship. Even so, passengers should still weigh their accommodation options. Both cruise lines provide passengers with well-appointed cabins, but Carnival is generally known for having some of the most spacious staterooms afloat, even at the most basic level. Carnival also offers connecting cabins for groups and families, but where these accommodations shine is on the latest vessels, which offer family harbor rooms. These are not available at the suite level, nor are they outfitted with splashy amenities, but they do provide access to a dedicated family lounge. Carnival's Excel class ships are also home to some of the best suites for Carnival. For its part, MSC does have a selection of cabins for families or other groups traveling together, but in order to choose these staterooms, passengers must book a higher tiered experience. What we mean by a higher tiered experience is that cruisers must choose from a list of 4 different levels of inclusion: Bella, Fantastica, Aria, and Yacht Club for their sailings. Those levels determine whether travelers are allowed to choose a cabin type or a dining time or flexible dining time. The tiers also offer additional perks like spa discounts and priority boarding. The most lavish and of course pricey option is the Yacht Club, which is tied to an exclusive enclave of private cabins with the same name. Yacht Club staterooms offer a ship within a ship experience via access to restaurant, pool, and lounge areas that are reserved for Yacht Club passengers only. Yacht Club accommodations are some of the largest and most impressive at sea, offering concierge and butler services, priority embarkation and disembarkation, and free alcoholic beverages within the Yacht Club area. Let's also compare the things to do on board both of these cruise lines. Whether you'd rather relax on vacation or you want to be active on board, you'll find what you're looking for with both Carnival and MSC. Both offer plenty of quiet spaces for reading, sun decks for perfecting your tan, spas for treatments like facials and massages, and areas just for adults if you want some time away from kids. There are several differences between activities on MSC and Carnival. In general, MSC drops jaws with its nightly entertainment, while Carnival offers a constant happy-go-lucky party vibe where poolside belly flop contests are the norm during the day and adult scavenger hunts are happening at night. MSC features dual zip lines on their newest ships. Although they weren't the first ship-based zip lines, they are still the industry's longest. Riding them comes with an added fee though, as do the other daytime activities like bowling, 4D cinemas, and billiards. Carnival's adrenaline-pumping activities include the aforementioned ropes course, the first roller coaster at sea, and Skyride, which are found on the newer vessels. Additionally, both lines have packed daily schedules filled with trivia, bingo, movies, dance lessons, port talks, shopping opportunities, and live music. Further amenities like fitness centers, arcades, and nightclubs with DJs allow cruisers to make their own fun without needing a schedule. However, Carnival presents a variety of game shows on board that are very popular. This includes the Love and Marriage game show, the Battle of the Sexes, and then they also have Family Feud and Deal or No Deal. These game shows are very fun and interactive for all guests on board. You'll also find plenty of ways to keep yourself busy outdoors during the day too. Both of these cruise lines provide at least one pool, if not many, on every ship, along with a children's splash area, mini golf courses, jogging tracks, and basketball courts on most vessels. Both cruise lines also have dedicated water slides on their top decks for most of their recent ships. Depending on the ship, Carnival's waterworks might include 2 racing slides, a winding slide with twists and turns, or a funnel-style slide, or a combination of both. Meanwhile, MSC's latest ships are outfitted with up to 4 slides, which includes a standard slide, 2 racing slides, and a 4th one used for slide boarding, which puts riders on a board that allows them to push buttons corresponding with lights that flash inside the slide as they glide through. After dinner, Carnival does well with its comedy shows hosted in the Punchliner Comedy Club. An R-rated show usually follows a family-friendly version on nights when comedy is scheduled. The line also puts on playlist production shows, which are song and dance shows with fun sets, elaborate costumes, and storylines, and they incorporate many well-known musical hits. However, nothing beats MSC when it comes to the sheer wow factor. Although the entertainment on most of the line's North American-based ships cater to English-speaking audience, many of the line's vessels sail in the Mediterranean, which means that passengers are often more diverse, hailing from a number of countries that speak different languages. As a result, MSC focuses largely on entertainment that requires few words. This includes magic, acrobatics, contortion, and music. Loose storylines are overshadowed by the lavish costumes and scenery, especially on ships where the line's partnership with Cirque du Soleil creates a visually stunning experience for cruisers. For children, both Carnival and MSC have created clubs with plenty to keep the youngest cruisers busy and entertained. Both feature complimentary daytime activities like gameplay, story time, scavenger hunts, and dance parties. Carnival Cruise Line offers Seuss at Sea, which allows children to enjoy parades, stories, arts and crafts, and breakfasts, all themed with Dr. Seuss characters. MSC also features Do Re Mi and Friends characters in partnership with Lego and Chico. And finally, let's compare the price between these two cruise lines. Prices for both lines vary on several factors, including ship, destination, cruise length, cabin type, and add-ons. With either line, you'll find more expensive pricing options on their newer ships, especially if you choose to book a suite. Although both cruise lines allow cruisers to sail on tight budgets, MSC has a larger number of ships sailing internationally than Carnival, so it's difficult to do a fair comparison of pricing across the brand. While Carnival excels with its largely spacious and simple cabin layouts, MSC is known for its tiered pricing, which allows passengers to select how many add-ons they'd like to include with their cruise. Although you'll pay fees for extras on both cruise lines, Carnival includes more in its fare in terms of dining and activities, which allows cruisers to use its rope course and skyride for free. On the other hand, MSC charges for zipline use as well as things like billiards, bowling, and Formula One racing simulators. Carnival also doesn't charge for the privilege of selecting dining times or opting for flexible dining, which means you get more for the price you pay. All right, everybody, that's all we have for today. Comment below which of these two cruise lines you prefer and if you have any sailings on these two cruise lines in the next year. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure and like and subscribe to Cruise Blogs so that you can be notified every time we have a new video. Until next time, happy cruising.